Hello and welcome to the incredibly influential and highly successful podcast. My name is Kale, never got a cavity Clugston, and I'm incredibly influential.
And I'm Maxwell, and I'm highly successful.
That's it? You're not gonna do a nickname?
Never had a cavity, also Maxwell.
Well, you can't rip my style. You
I
can't do
just
that.
did.
You can't.
I just did. I was asked to make one, and I just ripped yours.
Well, how about I ask you to uh uh fucking suck these nuts? How about that? Today is Wednesday, July 26th, 2023. As we're recording this. Hi. How's it going, guys? Lovely to be here. It's fucking hot outside.
It
It
is.
was sun raining here a minute ago. Like bright sky, literally no clouds above us. It still is like that, but it was fucking raining. That
It
was
was just
fun.
raining for us.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just raining in New York, but I mean,
hmm
isn't that fairly normal? You're not like Seattle, but like it rains pretty often there.
It's mostly hot here.
Yeah, I mean, concrete jungle, glass reflecting the sun. I'm not surprised by that. That makes sense. Makes sense. Um, First of all, I want to say I noticed something that
What's that?
some really weird. This was a few weeks ago, but my parents went to go see a show, right? As one does when they have disposable income,
And time.
and time. Um, two luxuries that we will never have. Uh, and it was a Janet Jackson show. Now, if you're our age, Janet Jackson might be a little, too old for you. She was
For
popular a
who?
long time ago. People our age.
I guess. Probably people your age, more like. People my age probably still know who she is.
I mean, it's not really like you're not really that much older than me. You're like 2 years older than me.
Yes,
Calm down.
that's all the
Um,
difference.
yeah. And it was in Gary, Indiana, which is where Janet Jackson is from.
Oh,
By the
that's
way,
cool.
if you didn't know that, that is cool. But here's the thing that is kind of weird, right? Guess who opened for her without googling it?
Michael Jackson from the dead.
No, but that would have been about the same amount as weird.
Justin Timberlake.
No, now that actually ties into my point. Um, but no, weirder.
I don't know.
Luda,
Luda.
motherfucking Chris Ludacris Bridges.
Oh,
Luda Chris
I mean, why
was
not?
well. First of all, who still has a career in 2023? You know,
Ludacris does.
yeah, exactly. So why is Ludacris opening for Janet Jackson and not the other way around? Like you can talk all about how like Janet Jackson got fucked over because her a titty popped out accidentally on the Super Bowl.
Maybe he's
And
just humbling himself, you know?
I don't think Ludacris is that kind of dude. I don't think Ludacris is that kind of dude. I mean, have you heard his music? That is not something Ludacris would do. Uh
And yet you're telling me it did happen.
it did happen, and it's like that show that had Will Riker on it. I don't know the actor's name because fuck Star Trek. Um the Stranger Than Fiction show where they tell like three real
You
stories
too?
and three fake stories, and you got to be like which one was real and which one wasn't. Haha.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, reality was stranger than fiction. Also, that's my two things for the episode done is start pushing the whole never had a cavity nickname, and uh uh the that so I'm fresh out of ideas. um Thanks everyone. I'm Kale. I've been incredibly influential. Also, I've never had a cavity.
What? Wait,
we're
what are you talking about?
we're done. It's over. We're done. The episode is over. We're moving on with our lives. This is the finale. Goodbye. Das vidanya. No, not
Just
actually.
kidding.
Yeah, I was about to be like, well, shit. What am I gonna do for the next 2 hours? Shit. Um. Yeah. Yeah. Um. Secret Invasion ended today. We watched it together.
We did.
What'd you think?
I mean, I thought it was a pretty satisfying conclusion. I know you have different opinions.
I feel it was a little. I feel we got a little bit of a disappointment there because that felt like the midpoint of the show. That felt like the point when you're like, oh shit, and then the real end of the show happens like 4 episodes later, right? Because, all right, spoilers if you haven't seen it, but by the time this comes out, I mean, if you're watching it on Patreon, hopefully, you've already seen it. But by the time this comes out on Tuesday, either either you weren't watching the show in general or you burnt out by then,
Entirely reasonable.
Yeah, this was kind of a slog to get through. Is Marvel dead? Is Marvel dead?
Good question.
Is DC about to come for the throne? 15 years they've held it. Is DC about to come for the throne? You know? I'm thinking about it.
I mean, they haven't had a bad live action show. That's not entirely true. I've
Yeah,
only watched one
everything that
live
was
action
on the
show.
CW, everything that was on the CW was bad. Was very bad. From the first episode they were bad. Because they're on the CW and CW sucks. I would argue they've had many more bad live action shows than Marvel. Because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was fun. Agent Carter was good, I think, from what I heard. Now, there was like 4 or 5 episodes of what was it? Fuck, I'm forgetting the name. My brain has made me forget the name.
Incredible.
Yeah, to protect me from the memory of this show because it was that bad. It was worse than Secret Invasion, no doubt. Worse than Falcon and Winter Soldier as well. This was classically almost so bad it's good territory. This stuff was bad because it was just boring and nothing happened. What was it? I'm blanking on the name here. Black Bolt was in it. Inhumans. There it
Yes.
is. Yeah, that show was complete ass, and that's why they canceled it very, very quickly. And thank God they did, because it was terrible. But
Yeah, you have to have a really strong idea to make a show about such niche characters work.
exactly, and they didn't. They got someone. Someone was involved in that who never should have been involved with it. I'm forgetting.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, but I know there was someone who we were a little bit oh come on, who was it? It's not the creator. Oh, I think it was Rule Ryan. Yeah, I think it was Rule Ryan. He did Scorpion King 3, Death Race 2 and 3, uh Man with the Iron Fists 2. Oh my god. Oh, that's terrible. He did the Halo show. So that's really bad.
Mm.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my,
not a strong list of credits.
that's horrible.
How'd they keep letting that guy make TV shows?
I have no idea. I have no idea. And I think there was like someone else who was like previously more in the involved in like Disney slash like Marvel stuff, but we finally got him out. And then yeah, I don't know. Watch the Caravan of Garbage episode on the Inhumans, by the way. It's really funny. It's pretty good. Um but yeah, it sucked. That was awful. And a different kind of awful. But I would argue that CW's The Flash and Supergirl and Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow, I would argue that all of those are terrible in the exact same way that the Inhuman show is. And everybody likes to, be like, oh, but the Flash was good in seasons 1 and 2. No, stop it. It wasn't. It wasn't good. They have one good actor, but the writing is fucking AIDS. It is the worst writing I think I've ever seen.
Wow.
You should never make a show. Never here's a tip for you. Never make a project, a piece of media about a character or person who is smarter than you. Never do it. It doesn't work.
Hmm.
Uh,
That's
yeah,
pretty funny.
because the Flash is the smartest human being alive, smarter than literally
Smarter
anyone.
than the writers.
Yes, and he's far smarter than the writers because they kept putting him in situations where the plot can only happen because he's dumb. All he has to do is like the main thing. This is just me recommending other people's content now. That's what the show has become. But Madvocate does a good series on how bad the writing is, about how uh, Barry Allen, literally the most consistent thing about him is that he will stop to talk and let the villains explain all their bullshit instead of just
stopping them
putting handcuffs on them and taking them to jail, which he can do in seconds.
because he's fast.
Because he's fucking faster than a fucking speeding bullet. Man, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's a bullshit show. And Arrow was just shitty Batman. They haven't made a fucking Batman because they know they would fuck it up, right?
Well, they had the animated series, which I think was pretty successful.
Batman the Animated Series came out in 1991.
Yeah, but it's undeniable.
Yes,
in its quality.
But the CW didn't do it, and the CW doesn't have anything remotely close to that. And also, rest in peace, Kevin Conroy, because we will never have anything that good again.
That's right.
Yeah. It's gonna be really sad when Mark Hamill dies. I will be inconsolable when Mark Hamill dies. That shit's gonna hit me hard. Cause like, he's the jokester. He's the Skyman. He's in Kingsman for about 5 minutes. I was gonna. Yes, he was in the first one. Also, he was Firelord fucking Ozai. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about he was motherfucking Firelord Ozai?
What can't he do? It?
We can, and I think we should. This entire show will just be an Avatar: The Last Airbender commentary show now. You're welcome. There we go. Remember in season 1 when there was water, and then in season 3,
incredible.
There was fire. Hey! And you think that's incredible? Get this.
That's very misleading. I thought it was called The Last Airbender. Where'd all these other elements come from?
Well, see, right? He already knows the airbending in the beginning of the show. That's where they get you. They lure you in, And then you're like, wait, what the fuck? How come he doesn't have to learn airbending? And then that's what they did in the sequel show, where she already knows the other elements and then she has to learn the airbending. And you get it,
I
don't
don't.
watch Korra sucks.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not as good. I maybe I mean I would say watch Korra first so that way you're not disappointed, but it relies so heavily
yeah. Isn't it
on
a continuation?
it is a direct continuation. Characters from the original are in it. Uh yeah, no, it's rough. It is rough. Um it's not nearly as bad as M. Night Shyamalan. That monstrosity. How have you seen that?
That movie? No,
Yes. Would you like to?
no.
I think too bad
I've given you
is
my answer.
too bad. Um yeah, is what I'm gonna say. Too bad. You're gonna watch it with me. That'll be the next movie commentary. We'll do that. That'll be fun.
I'd rather not.
Hey man, you thought Crystal Skull was bad?
I did.
I mean, you gotta dive into the pain at some point. Ooh, it's top of the second right now. How my Brewers doing? I'm the MLB is very insistent that I pay attention to this.
Yeah. Are you an MLB enjoyer?
I am. I'm a White Sox fan. I'm a big White Sox fan. They are
How are the
not
Mets?
the Mets. Oh, the Mets. My stepmom's a Mets fan. She's from Staten Island.
That's rough.
I know. I was about to say I feel bad for you. 47 and 53. You might actually be doing better than the Sox. Oh yeah, that might be. This is like
That's
one of
funny.
the worst seasons I've.
So who's winning? If all these
Yankees,
teams,
Braves are doing very well. The Rangers, um, the A's are still the worst. But yeah, the Braves are killing it. Yeah, Braves and Red Sox both have positive. Yankees, assholes, Giants. The Astros fucking bribe. Can we just agree on that? Can we
are
can
the
we all come
Giants not a
together?
football team?
It's the San Francisco Giants, not the New York Giants.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's totally not confusing.
There's a St. Louis Cardinals and a Arizona Cardinals as well.
Do they play the same sport?
No.
Uh,
St. Louis is baseball. That's actually the closest baseball team to me, which is depressing. Oh no! I forgot how bad the Royals are this year. Okay, the Royals are all right. The Athletics are still the worst team in baseball, the poverty franchise. Do you know the drama that's going on with the A's right now?
no.
So, okay. Nobody shows up to the stadium most of the time. It is like something like 80 to 90% empty in almost every single game. They are the worst team in baseball. Uh,
Well, that's not good.
yeah, they have like zero money. Long gone are the days of Moneyball. Yeah, they suck. Um, but the owner wants to go. He wants to move them. Because they're like, hey, we uh basically Oakland doesn't have a great stadium for them. There's not a lot of people who show up, so they don't make a lot of money, so they can't afford good players pretty much. Um they were their prospects would have improved with the Howard Terminal project, but it just won't happen. So
Unfortunate.
yeah. So now the A's are like, fuck this. We're moving to Vegas, right? But nobody, the Oakland fans don't want them to go to Vegas, right? So there
Yeah,
was a game a couple months ago where all the Oakland fans showed up, and it was standing room only plus hundreds of like thousands of people outside. It was crazy.
damn. You must be really committed to put
Yeah.
yourself through that.
Yeah. They yeah, it was yeah. So the owner, they want the owner to sell it. And everyone like showed up with signs saying like sell the team, fuck John Fisher. It
Wow.
was great. Yeah. I love Oakland Athletics fans, you know. Everyone always says, right, like there's a red or a green flag in in usually specifically men, um that if they are like really really loyal to a terrible team, like hasn't won a World Series or a championship or whatever the fuck in living memory, that they're a keeper, because they will stick by like through thick and thin no
Yeah, those
matter
are the
what.
strongest believers.
Yeah, like to them that team is like a religion. Like that's some shit right there. And I thought I was one of those because I like the uh
The
all
White Sox.
yeah, all of my teams that I like uh didn't win last year. I like the for my team, for all the sports that I give a shit about, at least. Um uh so starting at the top with baseball, because that's the one I care the most about. White Sox and the Brewers. Brewers are okay, but the Sox had a good season in, like, I think it was 21, and they were really really good, and they made it to the World Series, but I think they got knocked out in the first round.
Oh,
Um,
darn.
yeah, it was some bullshit.
Tragic.
Or they were about to get in the World Series, but then they got again knocked out first round, and that's the best they've been since then. All of their They have a really really good starting pitcher, but their relieving bullpen is kind of trash. So they start the game really strong whenever they play Dylan Cease. Dylan Cease is a really good pitcher. He's like he's definitely like my one of my favorite players. Also, a thing that happened that, like, sort of, it's out of everyone's control, and it's just like a bummer in general. But I mean, there's some good news there. One of our players, Liam Hendricks, got cancer. It was
That's
treatable,
a
but he
good
was
thing.
no. It's a good thing that it was treatable, and he's done. He's like, I'm pretty sure he's cancer free, and I think he's playing again.
Oh, because that
Yeah.
that whole story was not told in the order
No. No. So
where I could piece everything together.
it started out as a bummer because
Cancer.
yes, but he's better, and I think he's still playing. I think he's back. I don't have cable TV anymore, so I can't really watch the
What?
games. Yeah. I've gone all internet, and yeah, but he came back against the Angels. Oh, and then he got added to the injured list. I forgot about that. Yeah, last month he's on the injured list. He's not the best pitcher they have. Dylan Cease is really good. Yeah, he's actually from Australia. He's from Perth. Yeah, you wouldn't think so, you
What?
know.
They let
Uh,
him play on an American team?
yeah, apparently he was good enough that we had to import him from the yeah. But Dylan Cease is a really good pitcher. Yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. He started in 2019, and he's got a really good record. Like, surprisingly good for a White Sox player. But I think he's definitely their most valuable player, honestly, because some of their players that they had before, some of them got, I think, traded, uh, and some of them have just not been good anymore. Like Jimenez, Moncada, you know, tragic losses. Tragic losses.
Oh yes.
We're struggling. We aren't like the poverty franchise, um, but we kind of are the poverty franchise. Yeah, Moncada is just not as good anymore. Sadly, he's a he's good, but he's yeah. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. Uh,
Well, I probably should see a baseball game, even if I have virtually no interest,
yeah.
because tickets are actually pretty cheap here in New York. It's like
For
12
who?
bucks for nosebleed seats.
For the Mets or for
The Mets.
yeah. I'm surprised you're a Mets fan. I thought you'd be Yankees.
Well, it's more about the stadium being a better stadium.
Yeah, Yankee Stadium fucking blows.
So there's my case.
That that's what determines your loyalty. Wow. I mean, yeah.
I mean, they sound like they're both doing terribly right now. So
Mets are yeah, the Mets are were negative, but the Yankees are positive. Yankees are pretty, they're okay, right? Yeah, they're positive, right? They have a chance of going to the playoffs. The White Sox, uh, 41-61 is bad. It's bad. But the A's have it the worst. They are 28-75. That is the worst record in baseball right
they
now.
they
It's
still let
bad.
them play.
I mean, yeah, because like
Wow.
we don't have like another stadium and another team just like waiting for the backup.
I see.
I mean, we might have to, right? Because this drama right now, but yeah, it's some bullshit. Yeah, I feel bad for oh yeah, it's Cubbies versus Sox tonight. That's great. That's fun. That sucks actually. That sucks. I don't want my White Sox to lose to the Cubs because I don't like the Cubs. I don't like Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the same boat as you, um, where it's like which is the better stadium, but also guaranteed rate is on the south side, so it's always been easier for me to get to. And also, fuck the north side. North Chicago fucking sucks. Wrigley Field is cringe. South side is where it's at.
How far are you from Chicago?
Now I'm about 4 hours. 3.5 by
Jesus.
train. Yeah. But
Jeez.
yeah. And it would be like another 3 or 4 hours of walking to go from the train station to the field. And then I'd have to find a hotel
Is there no
because
public transit?
there is. I wouldn't take it. Um, I don't know if
You would
you've
rather
ever.
walk another 3 hours? I've never taken Chicago public transit.
It's it's roughly the same as the New York subway, I would say. Roughly. So I know that's not really a glowing endorsement.
That's Is it really that comparable?
It's bad. It's pretty fucking bad.
Well, I'd say it's not the worst.
No, it's not the worst, but it's pretty damn bad. But yeah, I don't know. I'm placing all my hopes on the Brewers this year. And not that they have a fucking chance. They don't have a snowball's chance in hell. But
Huh.
you know, fuck yeah, Milwaukee. So that's my baseball team. My basketball team is the Milwaukee Bucks, and they did pretty well. They won the championship like last year, 2 years ago.
That's
Um,
pretty freaking good.
yeah. They had a really good season. They had some good players. And my football team is the Seahawks, and I have given up on them. They lost Russ. Uh, yeah, there's no chance in hell.
Oh
So
no.
we are never seeing another Seahawks Super Bowl victory.
Yeah, if they
It's
can't do that,
yeah,
who are they beating?
right? Yeah, they're gonna be worse than the fucking Dolphins, man. It's gonna be terrible. And for hockey, I'm a Penguins fan, and they've been pretty good in the past.
That sounds like an appropriate name for a hockey team.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a pretty apt name. It's very apropos. Um, yeah, definitely. And they're okay. Again, they're okay. They're pretty good. They've had some good players. Sidney Crosby is a really good player. Sort of, he's kind of reached like a legendary status. He's really good.
Nice.
They call him the next one because he's supposed to be like the next Gretzky. You know, and do you know how good Wayne Gretzky was?
Yeah,
He's
pretty freaking
fucking
good.
good.
He's
Fucking
actually like the
good.
best.
Yes. Like absolute goated. Yeah. He's like how like it took LeBron years to get on the level where he would like surpass Jordan?
Yeah.
It would take you decades to get that good to surpass Wayne Gretzky. That's how good fucking Wayne was.
Hmm.
Wayne was on some shit. I don't know what the fuck that man was on, but he's really good at hockey. He was really good at hockey. Um, yeah. So not the best team choice, to be honest with you. I mean, there's always next year, but I don't think the White Sox are going to be able to drum up the funds, especially not after this year, where it's been so fucking hot and miserable and nobody goes to games anymore. It sucks. It sucks. It's going to be hard for them to get some of the good players. Again, they're the poverty franchise. They're the poverty franchise.
What a terrible name.
No, the Oakland A's is the poverty franchise. Yeah, they ought to
Are they just called A's?
athletics, which is ironic
Yeah.
given their performance. Um, but yeah, you oughta sell them to Shanghai, call them the Shanghai Swamp Donkeys. That's a reference out there. Anyone who gets it, you're a real one. Type it in the add us on Twitter or Threads or leave it in the comments on YouTube, and I don't know. I'll look at it and I'll go and there you go. You'll have the satisfaction of knowing that I did that.
Awesome.
Also, we need to do an ad break, so let's do ad break. Yay, money, bye. Since I moved out on my own, I've been working on trying to stay healthy by avoiding fast foods and fatty meals, as well as keeping my hydration up. I know how bad it feels when you're severely dehydrated, and it really helps to have some help keeping your water and electrolyte levels in check.
That's where today's sponsor, Liquid IV, comes in. Liquid IV is the category winning hydration brand fueling your well being, and their hydration multiplier is the one product you're missing in your daily routine.
In just one stick, you get 5 essential vitamins and twice the hydration speed from water alone, plus 3 times the electrolytes of a traditional sports drink. You can use it first thing in the morning, as part of your workout routine, after a long night out, or on long flights. Anywhere you need hydration, you can use Liquid IV. I particularly recommend it due to the festival and concert season starting, since partying all day in the hot sun really makes you sweat.
Liquid IV is also made with premium non GMO ingredients and is free from gluten, dairy, and soy. They are also partnered with many organizations providing protections for water access worldwide, donating over 39 million servings to over 50 countries worldwide.
Get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code IIHS podcast at checkout. All one word, by the way. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code IIHS podcast at liquidiv.com. Go check it out at the link in our description. Thank you to Liquid IV for giving us a sponsorship. This episode has been generously sponsored by skunknuggetparenting.com, run by my own talented mother. Parenting is hard. Sometimes kids and parents are like night and day. It can be very hard to get on the same page with them, and a lot of parents have anxiety that maybe they're doing it all wrong. Luckily, there is a service out there that can help. Skunk Nugget Parenting Solutions is a company that provides parent coaching services, resource referrals, and psychological profiling, along with 24/7 phone and text access in an all virtual program. Plus, the first consultation is free. In order to get this amazing service, please visit skunknuggetparenting.com. That is skunknuggetparenting.com. Thank you to Skunk Nugget Parenting Solutions for sponsoring this episode. Thank you all for listening. And now, back to the podcast. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for sticking with us. Maxwell, you're up.
Yeah, well, I don't want to talk about baseball. Mostly because I have nothing to talk about with regards
Well,
to baseball.
I mean, what else is there? It's the great American pastime. It's the greatest sport in the world.
Yeah, maybe like 30 years ago.
No, 20 years ago, because everybody was doing steroids. It was great. Remember A-Rod? Remember Sammy Sosa? Everybody doing fucking steroids. It was awesome.
Yeah, you're gonna let me talk? We're not gonna talk about these people I don't know.
Fine. You should know A-Rod, right? He was a
Who's
New
that?
York he was a New York Yankee, and he was the most famous baseball player in the world in like 2007 to 2010. Him and Derek Jeter, who was also a New York Yankee.
Yeah. Oh, well, I know Jeter.
How do you know Jeter but not A-Rod?
Because 2 is an easier number?
You know him by number?
Yes. How big of a baseball fan do you think I am?
Big enough to know that A-Rod.
I know the number 2.
Alex Rodriguez, man. That was the shit. That was the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe you don't know like the most famous third baseman in the millennium. Right? Like from 2004 to 2013, he was blowing up the league. Everybody knew him. 14-time All-Star.
Well,
Record holder for most Grand Slams.
you can get grand slams in baseball.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Where do you think Denny's got the name?
I see. Well, I don't know.
Man. All right, what are we going to talk about instead? There's
Um,
not much that's been happening.
Yeah.
After Barbenheimer, this is kind of a slow news day. You know?
I agree.
Ain't shit been happening. Oh, Twitter renamed itself to X. That's
Yeah.
fucking dumb.
Yeah, see, this is the part where I
That's
wish
dumb.
nothing really was happening.
That's like the only thing. It's just really stupid.
Oh, I thought it was pretty funny. Reddit annually has this thing called r/place,
Oh yeah, and everything
where
was
people
fuck
make
spez.
people make
Everything was
pixel
fuck
art.
spez. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's hating on the CEO
Yeah.
of Reddit.
I sent him a message, by the way. Do you want me to read it? I sent him a message like a couple months ago.
A couple months ago.
Yeah, I sent him a message somewhere. I said your API changes. This was 47 days ago. Your API changes suck. There's a reason why you aren't the founder of Reddit who got to marry Serena Williams.
Is that what happened to the founder?
Yeah, so Spez was one of a number of people who founded Reddit.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like one guy. But yeah, Steve Huffman is Spez. Yeah, that's his real name. Yeah, but Aaron Swartz tragically was lost to suicide, and Alexis Ohanian is the other founder. He stepped away, I believe, and he gave it all to Spez. Um, and he married Serena Williams back in 2017, and
Good for him.
I think she wore um tennis shoes at their wedding, which was pretty cool. You know, balling.
That sounds comfortable.
Based, yeah. It's who the. I mean, she's like, isn't she like 6'3"? Oh, she's 5'9". She's my height. Okay. I, they always film her as being very tall, and I guess for a woman she is pretty tall, but they always
Yeah.
film her as being this like larger than life figure, like
Yeah.
she's like a giantess, like an Amazonian warrior.
I remember her in Glass Onion. She looked like she didn't want to be there, which is fair. I completely understand.
Really? I would have loved to be on. Well, I mean, I wouldn't have loved to have been working on that movie in
That's what I mean.
2020. But no, just because it was 2020. But like, we're on the set with Ryan Johnson. That would actually be kind of fucking cool. With Daniel fucking Craig, with Edward Norton, Edward Norton's kind of a diva, but like
with
Dave
Stephen
Bautista.
Sondheim.
Fuck Stephen Sondheim.
You know, that was his last appearance before he died.
It was Angela Lansbury's final appearance before she died as well.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's rough.
That one's sad. That one's sad. I like Murder, She Wrote. Murder, She Wrote's fun.
And they were both playing Among Us.
Yes. Isn't that fun? It's a dead meme now. Nobody makes Amogus memes anymore.
I mean, so are they.
Man, you can't say that. You can't say that.
It's factually true, man.
I know it's true, but you can't say that. And also, the fourth person in the the fourth person in the call, that was she's the actress who's playing the girl in his new show. And she's also kind of a detective.
Whose new show?
Ryan Johnson.
Oh.
Yeah. He's a good director. Glass Onion and Knives Out are good movies. Looper, I don't talk about Looper. I don't think Looper's that good. But
do you talk about The Last Jedi?
Yes, I do, and it's a fucking good movie. All right? And now you're going to talk shit. You're going to talk shit. But in the same way that anytime someone talks shit about Kanye, I always say, but he made Graduation, but he made My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, but he made Late Registration. I will say about Ryan Johnson, he directed Ozymandias and The Fly. So 2 of the best episodes of Breaking Bad. He also did 51.
Oh, I think you could make an argument for one of those. Ozymandias is pretty good.
No, the Fly episode's really good. And 51.
It's a bottle episode. How can you put that much praise into a bottle episode?
The bottle episode on Community was pretty good. I mean, granted, it's a bottle episode about bottle episodes, but...
Yeah, that is what Community is.
Yeah. Poker
it's always
Face.
An episode about what it's about.
Yeah. Poker Face, that's the name of the show. I had to I looked that up. But yeah, she was in the corner. I think it was like a hint, maybe? I don't know. Maybe. Who the fuck knows?
Who knows?
Yeah. I gotta say, I didn't really like Janelle Monáe in that movie.
Yeah, well, she's a singer first.
Yeah, but
it's very strange to see her as an actress in that movie. I'm still not over that.
But everyone's like,
good you brought it up,
praising her for like the double roles, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't think she did that good. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think it was that good.
Yeah, she was not the best actress, but I mean, it's not really fair because, well, I don't care what's fair, but she was alongside a lot of really good actors in that movie.
Yeah. Now, you know what pissed me off though? I
Tell
feel
me.
like I feel like Knives Out was a better movie than Women Talking. You know, Women Talking was a great horror movie. Don't get me wrong. I've made that joke before. It's not even my joke. It's not even my fucking joke.
I mean, it is
Um,
kind of unsettling knowing the synopsis of that movie.
yes, but I it's funnier from the joke perspective. But I think Knives Out was better, or
The
Glass Onion was better. You
joke
know,
is funny.
yeah, I thought Glass Onion was way better. So I think it probably should have won the. It was only nominated for one thing, and it was for best adapted screenplay, and it should have won.
It
Also,
lost to Women Talking.
yes.
But I
Also,
mean,
yeah.
if Women Talking didn't win that, what would they have won at the Oscars? Probably nothing.
I, well, that's because Everything Everywhere All at Once was better than both of those movies. It will go. I've said it before. I said it during the Oscars episode. I will say it again now. It is going to be the best movie of the 2020s. It was so fucking good. Like, it was really, really, really good. Like, I'm a Batman simp, you know? Like, I fucking love Batman. I loved The Batman. You know, I thought that was the best comic book movie we got in the 2000s, but it doesn't hold a fucking candle to Everything Everywhere All at Once. So that's why that won all the Oscars. I think it should win all the Oscars for next year too. I don't think it's won enough Oscars.
Yeah, they'll just put that movie up again. It's like we know it came out a year ago and won all its categories, but we're still gonna just test the rest of the movies from this year.
They're gonna release it in black and white, um, and call it Everything Everywhere All at Once 2. We re-released it, but it's in grayscale, and it will technically be a different movie. And if it gets a theatrical release, you know, I mean, now that all the major studios, all their production is done, uh, you know, it's not like they have anything else to do. I mean, A24 is still making movies.
Hmm.
God, fucking A24 all over the. They're gonna. Do you remember in the A24 movies when they said it's A24 time and then they A24'd all over the screen? I remember.
Wow, crazy stuff.
It's incredible. Who'd have thought? But yeah, I think A24 is gonna be. It's gonna be a good year for them next year. I hope, because everyone liked Everything Everywhere.
Yeah, they
Uh,
did.
yeah. I mean, I don't know, right? Because even then, it's their highest grossing film, but they only made it only earned $100 million at the box office, right? Like that's like, come on.
That's pretty small. That is actually
Yeah,
pretty small.
I'm scared. I hope that they can. I hope that they can clean up this year. Honestly, I hope they can clean up this year. Um, because like, you know, because everyone's striking. So in the next few years,
Yeah, I mean the
yeah.
strike is
How
it's
do we feel
fairly
about that?
interesting.
We haven't talked about that. Would you like to talk
Yeah,
about that?
sure.
Yeah. I have a bit of a hot take on that, but I want to hear your perspective first.
I mean, it seems like the right thing to do. It's kind of strange. I don't know. It feels like a lot of the people who are participating in the protests are I don't know if it's their intended effect, but they just seem to gain more notoriety than what feels like an actual advancement of the the movement. I think the CEOs are doing a terrible job at mitigating
Yeah.
it. It's kind of incredible how bad they are at at trying to navigate this. Like Bob Iger's only thing is this is the worst time they could be doing this.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
like yes, but like I don't know. It's like is there could you possibly see the reason for why they would be? I don't know.
Yeah,
It's so
I
ridiculous. He's got 1 year as a CEO, but it doesn't even feel like that. Every single time they bring him back because like Disney doesn't seem to really know what they're doing. They kind of
it's
get
not that
lost.
Disney doesn't know what they were doing. It's the guy who was in between Bob Iger term 1 and Bob Iger term 2. Bob
Yeah,
Iger really is the Grover Cleveland of Disney CEOs, but the guy who was in between, he did not know what the fuck he was doing.
no.
He lost me money. He lost me. I will. All right, so I'm gonna come out full stop. I'm gonna say I am conflicted on the strike thing because I have dogs on both sides of the race. You know,
Yes,
I am financially tied to Disney. Uh, I have like
because you have stock.
I am a stockholder. I am a partial owner of the Walt Disney Corporation. I very important. One of
We are all silently judging you.
yes. To be fair, I was brought in on this, years ago. I had no say in the matter. I was a partial owner in Disney before I could actually like choose where I invested things. So you know that ship sailed. But as a former actor myself, uh, maybe not former, but perhaps briefly retired. Is there a word for that where like you retire, but like not like retire? You're just like taking a break. Unemployed. There you go.
Unemployed.
As an unemployed actor myself,
Hmm.
um, I gotta say, um, I'll say this, right? Because above all else, I believe in capitalism and the free market, right? This is them deciding, this is them taking the risk that they think they are undervalued, right? This is them trying to uh, get their raise by any means necessary, right? Like they went forward as individuals, and now as a collective, they're doing collective bargaining, and
Yes.
now it is time for the studios to uh, uh, sort of reappraise how much they can do without those actors, right? With only scabs. And I haven't heard too much about any scabs. I will say there was a pretty entertaining thing here about you know how there's that what's newbie thing before the movies now, and it's got like Maria Menounos and like some cringe millennials. And
No.
oh, you're count yourself lucky. I'm so mad, right? Because at Oppenheimer, we didn't have that at my local theater because my local theater is very very small. It's
Yes.
it's not like a chain or anything as far as I know. So it's just by itself, right? So it didn't have the newbie thing for the last time I went, because I went to Transformers there. I went to Oppenheimer there. I went to Barbie there. I think I've been to another one there. I'm not sure, off the top of my head at least. Um,
What uh what theater is
it,
this again?
this is called VI. Well, I don't want to dox myself because if you looked it up, you'd know where I live because it is that small. But it does not have a brand name.
I
All
see.
all all I can look it up right now, but I really don't think it's anything. Uh, it is a chain, but it's a very small chain. Um, yeah, but so it I was so disappointed because they had that, and they had like the pre-ad segment, right? Because like I do like trailers, I do like watching the previews, but the shit that they have before the previews, which goes for like 30 minutes. And what
Yeah.
sucks is, right, what sucks is the stated time that the movie comes on is now in the middle of the ads, right? Because people can't be fucking bothered to show up on the time that it says on their ticket, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, why would they when all they're gonna watch for 20 minutes is trailers?
Well, if you came at the time on the ticket, you know, beforehand, before this nightmare started, you got there when the movie started. But now it's just in the middle of fucking just like anywhere. Like the previews haven't even started. You aren't even watching the previews yet when the fucking time on your ticket says. And it's ridiculous. But me, because I'm a man of principle and honor and diligence, I show up on time to every single I show up on time to every single everything. But specifically I show up on time to every single film. When I have a ticket, I am there early. I'm there like 20, 30 minutes before the stated time, which
Uh,
means I'm like an hour before the actual movie starts. It's
why?
torture because I'm a man of principle and I believe we should be early to things. I believe that if there's a thing that says we need to be on time or that gives you the time, I believe you should be there on time, right? None of this the worst offenders, right? I'm a southern man by birth myself, but
Okay.
maybe not my area of the South, but once you get in like the deep South, like Georgia, like rural Georgia, that sort of place, like rural South Carolina,
Okay.
everybody runs on like the just chill, man. Like we'll get there when we get there, and you can tell because their fucking drivers don't know what the gas pedal does. So they drive at 55 in a 70, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, if you're dealing with that, I guess I would probably try to get to the theater as soon as possible too.
Yeah, but well, I reckon they are the problem. I think that's what I reckon. Movie theaters are making movies for those people, and
That's a compelling argument.
that's what I think it is, right? And also, Gen Z has a problem with promptness. I think. Also, you're one to talk. Didn't you tell me you were 10 minutes late for Oppenheimer?
That's right.
did you
So I
did
am the.
you get the first sex scene, or did you
Yeah. Well, what do you mean?
the one where she's like you mention it during the episode on Monday.
Yeah,
Uh,
where he's like, I am become death.
yes, the boobies I am become death. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's like 40 minutes into the movie, or maybe 30. I don't know. The movie goes so long, you kind of lose your perception of time.
I'm glad you had to sit through that too, because I was fucking weird. It was really
No,
weird.
don't be glad I had to sit through that.
No, if I had to do it, you have to do it. That's how it works. Suffering, mutual suffering. That's how the Crystal Skull thing worked. That's how the M Night Shyamalan the Last Airbender thing is going to work. We're we're in for a penny, in for a pound now. This is how it goes.
It was suffering.
It was. It was. Crystal Skull was bad. Unless you're talking about Oppenheimer.
I am talking about Crystal Skull.
Yeah. Crystal Skull damn near broke me. Wow. Yeah. That was bad.
I mean,
That
it
was
was it was worth rewatching the first Indiana Jones movies again
yeah, absolutely.
to have
100%.
to go through that one.
I usually rewatch them like 2 or 3 times a year, but
Oh, cool.
who who that's bad. That was bad. That was bad. Yeah, I watched them back in like March, I think,
John
because of
Hurt,
poor John Hurt.
movie
That
actor.
yeah, John Hurt. That was one of his last roles. I mean, he did get to do like if we're talking about like cool nerd roles, he got to be the doctor before he passed away, like 1 or 2 years before he passed away. So that was
Oh,
pretty cool.
that is awesome.
Yeah, he was the one in between the old series and the new series, and they had like a little special episode with him, and that was cool. He was fun. He's one of my more favorites. He's great. We only got him for a little bit, but that little bit that we got him, it's John fucking Hurt, man. He's been
Yes.
chest bursted and 1984. You know, like he's a legend, absolute legend, right?
Yeah, the man did it all.
It's like how Max von Sydow got splattered by a lightsaber and he's in Skyrim. Do you know that?
What does that mean?
He's in Skyrim, the game.
Oh, cool. What
You've
is
never
he?
played Skyrim?
I have, but like I don't know what voice he is.
He's in the main story. He's Esbern, the leader of the
Oh,
Blades.
yes, I do
Yeah,
remember that.
yeah, he's Esbern. It's really
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Every time I hear him, and it sucks because he's a fucking asshole who makes me try to kill Parthenax. And
He
no,
is.
you may be Max von Sydow, but that's fucking Parthenax.
That is like the one. That is like the one thing that created a real dilemma in Skyrim. Most of what you do is not real decision making.
Yeah, that a lot of people have described it, and I as well have described it as
It's not
wide as
real
an
role playing.
yeah, as wide as an ocean and as deep as a puddle. Speaking of real role playing, wink wink, we got something down the pipeline for yous. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Stay tuned.
Do you want to talk about it now?
No, not yet.
All right.
But I just want to announce it, I guess. You know,
Without officially announcing it.
yeah, I want to announce the announcement.
Stay tuned for more content.
Stay tuned for the announcement that'll tell you to stay tuned for the content. How about that?
Yeah, we're like a real video game publisher now.
We really are. This is like we showed the logo, right? This is like remember the Elder Scrolls 6
That was the
thing?
dumbest reveal. That was
Yeah.
actually the dumbest reveal ever.
That was from the same year as the Cyberpunk one, wasn't it? I think so.
Oof. What a bad panel. Like, it went well, but it was bad.
You're breathtaking. That was really awkward. Like, I know it was cool and I know it was a good save by Keanu,
But it's kind of weird for the
But it
fan
was-
to do that.
it was really awkward. It was really awkward. I hope that guy, whoever it was, recognizes that it was awkward and that he made it weird and that he will never do that again.
For
But-
real.
Yeah. But it was cool though. You know, Keanu Reeves. Remember Keanu Reeves?
He's still around, man.
Remember Keanu
I watched him in
Reeves?
Bill and Ted. The music continues.
the no, they actually killed him in John Wick 4. He was so committed to the bit. You know how he does like most of his own stunts?
They
He
killed him
actually-
in John Wick 3.
He actually got shot in the chest with a 45-70. And he fucking died. So yeah, rest in peace, Keanu Reeves. Gone but not forgotten. Big ups, man.
The trivia you will only find here.
Yeah, you know. the lamestream media is too afraid to tell you this. That fucker Gavin Newsom, that son of a bitch. That son of a bitch has been ruining the media. Now it's the lamestream media and Gavin Newsom. They'll hide it from you. They'll hide it from you, folks.
If you watch Inside Job, you find out he's a vampire.
Exactly. He's a vampire.
All of
Maybe
these are
he-
true at the same time.
Exactly. And he might not be like the normal kind of vampire. Because you know, vampires suck blood. He just sucks. That was such a
Well
fucking
put.
predictable joke. That was so predictable. Everyone in the audience, I hope you all saw that coming from like a mile away. But there you go. That's the type of quality you get on a Wednesday afternoon. Man, I'm approaching hour like 12 of being awake.
Oh no. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Why are
Yeah.
you doing this to yourself?
I wish I knew. I wish I knew why my body was doing this to my brain, because it's not the other way around. It's not the other way around. He's fucking me over. I'm it's
Yeah.
like
Your
it's like-
body is destroying yourself. Your
It's
brain.
like- it's like Rorschach, right? It's the I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's yeah. I tell you, all right. I'm counting my blessings though. At least it's not the fucking leg cramps anymore. You know?
Ooh.
I got fucking dehydrated right? A couple days ago, I got yeah, that was bad. That was bad. I I did that and I'm you know what I did? You know what I did? I'll tell you what I did. I cracked open some of that liquid IV. Eh? Liquid IV. Use code IIHS podcast. Get 20% off your order. Free shipping on all orders. Hey, hey,
Does have
cracked
to
open
do
some
with
of
your
that.
headache?
I cracked open some of that and it chug, 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 and it went away. I got my salts
Oh,
back. I was hydrated again. You should
ooh,
try it. It's only
ooh.
gonna get hotter, folks.
That's true. That is
It's only
very
gonna
true.
get hotter, but these deals stay ice cold. Hey, hey,
Uh,
hey! That was tight. That was tight. Holy shit, that was tight. Can we all? Can we all? Can we all
all of
just
us.
all everyone audience you too? Can we all just like sit here and just recognize how fucking tight that was? That was tight. That was tighter than a miser's purse. That was fucking good. That yeah, that was tighter than a virgin on prom night. Holy shit. Um, you want to do it? Do you want to do a big red button?
What do you got?
I don't have shit.
Hmm.
I don't have shit. I and after I came up with "You're a Barbie girl, but not in a Barbie world," I feel like I'm kind of spent. Honestly, I don't think I'll ever top that. That was a really good one. Actually, all right. No, wait. No, wait. I got something. I got something. I got something. Okay, okay.
What?
So
All right.
you
That
get
whole situation. Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
All
I
right,
got.
all right. We're ready. We're ready. We're not going to address that. We had some technical difficulties, but here we go. Uh, uh, uh. You get to be a fan of a good baseball team that has a chance at winning the World Series, but they play in Yankee Stadium.
Aw, come on, man. That stadium sucks.
Hey, it's better than it's better than Oakland. It's
Oh,
better than Oakland. You
yeah,
know,
that is fair. Like for our worst stadiums, but like as far as they go, it's
I mean, is it as bad as like circa 1998 Madison Square Garden? Because that was gross.
tell me about it.
I mean, how do
What
you
happened
know?
there?
It was gross.
Uh,
You know,
yeah, a lot of New
homeless
York was
guys.
gross back then.
Yeah, and to quote a frequent a frequent guest on our show, shout out Scott. Um, maybe if the right 3,000 people died, because New York sure cleaned up after that. Am
Damn.
I right or am I right?
Whoa.
Hey,
Uh,
that's just a quote. That's just a quote. I didn't say that.
I
That's
mean, I
yeah.
shouldn't be laughing.
Uh huh. But it's funny. It's a good fucking quote. It's a
Yeah.
good fucking quote.
Okay, well, I guess for me, I wouldn't press the button because I would
That
just,
option is available to you currently, and you still don't do it,
yeah, I would just rather, I would just rather go to the city field, even if I watched the team lose. I would just,
which you will almost every time. Yes.
yeah, no, it's with guarantee, it is almost certain that my team would lose in that very stadium.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would
Hell.
rather go watch a team lose in a nice stadium than see one that would win in a crappy one.
Yeah.
That is my baseball take.
How's the food there at City Field?
Oh, I haven't tried the food at City Field.
You've never eaten anything at City Field?
No, I
What do you
actually
do
haven't.
when you go to a baseball game?
Well, I haven't gone to City Field before. That's the thing.
What? Bruh.
I've
Bruh.
been to Yankee Stadium,
Bruh.
so I have no point of comparison other than
What's the food like at Yankee Stadium then? Because I haven't been to one of those.
it's not bad.
I've seen the Yankees play the White Sox and destroy them.
Wow.
That was not fun.
Yeah, so I guess if you could take it all back.
What, I mean, no, I mean it was a good day, you know. And well, the weather was shit, but you know, I got to see some baseball. I got some relatively cheap sausage. We got kielbasa, uh, what's the German one? I forget. Bratwurst and Italian sausage, and it was relatively cheap for baseball stadium hot dogs. They're pretty damn cheap, and they're pretty damn
Nice.
good. Yeah, Chicago knows our fucking sausage. We love sausage in our mouth here.
That's good.
Some neighborhoods more than others, if you know what I mean.
I
If you
see.
catch my cold,
I
yeah,
th- I think I do. I think I
yeah,
do.
yeah. Let's just say, you know, you can hear YMCA playing in certain places more than others.
Yes,
You know what I
that's
mean?
I figured. I figured.
By the way, can we just talk about how that song is actually like kind of fucking? It kind of goes hard.
Yeah, it's a pretty good anthem. I
He's a the lead singer for the Village People. He's kind of a really good vocalist. He kind of puts his whole fucking cock and balls in that song.
I really like how, the Navy actually gave them all the resources to make those videos,
Yeah,
thinking
and
that,
in the Navy as well.
yeah, just without any conscious idea of what their music was talking about.
Yeah, nobody ever said people in the Navy were smart, but they did say they were gay,
Or straight.
partially because of
Yeah.
that song. Yeah. Sorry, Navy vets. I don't make the rules. Uh, unless the rules are the Navy is gay, in which case I totally make the rules. But
Would you
yeah.
press that button?
I don't know. I really like guaranteed rate field. And if I wanted to go to a good team, I would just go up to Milwaukee because the Brewers are decent. They're not great. They're probably not going to go in the World Series this year. They're definitely not going to win, but they're good. Yeah, you know, as long as you can keep a positive win loss record, you know, that's the shit. But the
Most teams we've
Sox,
talked about don't have that.
yeah, the fucking Houston assholes. I'm telling you for a fact they bribe refs. They bribe refs. I've watched them play the Sox, and the shit they get away with is fucking murder. They get away with fucking murder. It's ridiculous. We honestly swear to God, I've said this before and I'll say it again. We got a little extra time, so I'm gonna go on this rant. Um,
Oh
we
boy.
need to go back to robot umpires. We need to go back to robot umpires. I
Was that
human
ever a thing?
yes. You there's it's like robot assisted. But they went back to humans and they suck because they can be bribed by the Houston fucking assholes, which they are constantly every time they fucking play. Why do you think they win so much? They're not actually good players. They're just rich. They are just rich. That's the only thing the city of Houston has going for it. So, sucks to be them.
Yeah. Wow.
Well,
Did not
that's
know
not
that.
true. That's not true. I think they have a rainforest cafe. So, that's pretty cool.
Dope.
There's actually one in not in
In
Chicago.
Texas, a rainforest cafe?
There are multiple rainforest cafes in Texas. There's a lot. Uh I think that's the state with the most rainforest cafes actually. In point of fact,
Isn't that a chain? It's a chain,
it
right?
is a chain. A lot of them have shut down. There's still one in.
I've been to the one in Disney World.
I think that one oh no, that one is still there, yeah. Who knows? I might even go to that. No, I got tickets to Magic Kingdom, not Animal
Animal
Kingdom.
Kingdom. That one
Yeah.
seems like the most accurate place to go to a rainforest cafe.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. I would say the close second would be either the one on Galveston Island, which is right outside of Houston, or the one on the San Antonio Riverwalk, because you know it's like right by a river. So that's kind of cool. Um, but yeah, Rainforest Cafe. What was I talking about? But yeah, robot. We need to fully automate our umpires so that way they can't be bribed because it fucking sucks. You can see on the jumbotron, right? Like they should show it on the jumbotron so that way the umpire can look up at the jumbotron and be like, "Huh, I'm a fucking idiot," or
Maybe
"Huh, I'm a crooked piece of shit."
maybe I shouldn't have made that call. But the
And
money speaks.
yeah, and if they do make a bullshit call, I think the fans should be allowed to come out of the stands and rip them apart. I you know, I think we're missing that audience interactivity. Let's
And
just
then
say
and
if
then
you
they would
could do
actually get a real good traction for baseball viewership.
I was going to say if you could do that, the Oakland A's would sell out again. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Cuz people from Oakland are real mean about sports considering, the Raiders left them and the A's are about to. So either way, they're kind of screwed. So I bet they've got a lot of pent up anger that they could take out on those fucking bullshit umps. Fuck it, man.
Hmm. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
I
But
like this hatred.
yeah, it's it sucks. It sucks. It sucks to be a White Sox fan. It sucks to be a fan of any team that isn't rich enough to bribe the umpires. And it makes me want to jump out a window. Anywho, patreon.com/IIHS podcast if you want to go and support us. Like our supporter tier patron, Justin Connor. Thank you, Justin. This is going to be a whole year of supporting us, I believe. So thank you. Very appreciated. Your loyalty is unmatched.
Hell yeah.
If you want to, support us there. You want a cool shout out, supporter tier. If you want to watch the movie commentaries, much like the one we just did last week with Scott Henson, Big Cat Scott Henson. We watched The Rock. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen. There you go. That's on our $5 tier, which has a week-long free trial. So go check that out. What else? Threads, Twitter, Instagram. All of them. You know what they all are?
And if you don't, Threads is Instagram and X is Twitter.
Oh no! No! No, I have to call it X now. Elon, you need to shut the fuck up. You're an idiot. On X, can you hear the air quotes I'm doing? X, and Threads and Instagram. We are at IIHS Podcast, all one word. Go over there, support us, give us your love and affection and topic suggestions because we're clearly running out of ideas. Q&A questions, that sort of thing. That's the best place to go for it. Follow us on subscribe to us on YouTube if that's like more convenient for you. These episodes, I try to get them out. It's me, I do it. I try and get them out same day. I kind of screwed the pooch on that last on Tuesday. Didn't come out until today on Wednesday. I'm gonna be better with that. You're just gonna have to be a little patient with me because the way the system works right now is not quite the most user friendly thing in the world. Hopefully they'll work with YouTube a little bit more. Our hosting service will work with YouTube a little bit more, and we'll get there. But yeah, I think other than that, I don't have anything else to say other than my name is Kale. I never have had a cavity in my entire life, and you need to remember that. And also, I've been incredibly influential.
And my name is Maxwell, and I don't know, I am half Chinese. We'll bring that back. And I've been highly successful.
Okay, one of those was a little bit more impressive than the other, but we'll end the episode. We'll talk about it off screen. We'll catch you guys next week. See ya.